thank you for joining me for another speech. I also have a PowerPoint to go along with it to help you visualize what I'm talking about. So in 2017, I was able to travel to Iceland with a small group from my high school of about 10-ish people and a couple of teachers. And it was one of the greatest experiences of my life, and I just want to encourage everyone to go to Iceland because it's not usually a place people think about when they say they want to travel. So I saw things like waterfalls, black sand beaches, and puffins, which are like little birds, just to say a few things. And from Forbes.com, Iceland was rated number 4 in the world on the World Happiness Report, and they rank that by using levels of GDP, life expectancy, generosity, social support, freedom, and corruption income. So all those things made Iceland able to be number 4, which is pretty impressive for being such a small country. And they were behind just a couple other Scandinavian countries like Finland, Denmark, and Switzerland. And that didn't really surprise me because I've heard that Scandinavian countries are known for having a happier population. So Iceland's location is pretty interesting. It's located just below the Arctic Circle, which runs on the top there. And that's from 13 Reasons to Visit Iceland. So because of that and its location, there's 24-hour sunlight during the months of May to July. So when I was there in June, July-ish, there was no nighttime. The blinds had to be completely shut so we could actually get some sleep because it was bright out all the time. And because of that, during that time, there's like tours during the midnight sun, so you can go out during midnight or just like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. and go on a tour of somewhere. And I think that's really cool because you probably don't get to do that anywhere else. So another thing that you can see in Iceland is the Northern Lights. And unfortunately, I didn't get to see them, but from September to mid-April, you can see them about once a week. You just have to travel a little bit out away from the city to be able to see them because light pollution and all that. That's from Travel Channel. And also there is the Silfra Fissure. That's from the World Pursuit. And by the way, there's some words in Icelandic that I'm probably going to say wrong. So this is in the Thingvellir National Park, and it's pretty known national park. I'm sure a lot of tourists go there because we went there. And it's where the North American plate meets the Eurasian plate, and they kind of like rub together and separate and stuff. So you can dive between it or snorkel like that person's doing. And there's 100-meter visibility, which is really good, and it's just really clear water. And I'm pretty sure we saw that when we went. So there's also, you can go on a glacier hike on a glacial outlet, which is just like a little like branch off of a huge glacier. And that's actually my picture, and we were heading up there. And we had to put on like helmets and things on your feet called crampons so you don't fall, and we had these little like pitchfork pickaxes things. I don't even know what they were for, but they're fun to mess around with. And I think this one was the Mýrdalsjökull Glacier, and there were caves and really big holes called mulans, and that's a really big cave. Our tour guide threw a rock, and like it took a few seconds for us to hear it hit the ground, which was kind of scary. So we also saw black sand beaches, which is from like glaciers moving rocks, and the rocks get flattened over time, which makes the black sand. And this is also where we saw puffins. They were kind of far away, but someone had binoculars so you could see them, and they're really cute. And I don't know where else in the world you can see them, but I know that they're like more northern. So a lot of the reasons people visit Iceland is to see the waterfalls. So there's like waterfalls all over, but I'm just going to touch on a few. This is Gullfoss Waterfall. It's located on the Golden Circle, which is a popular tourist route. which includes a couple attractions. This picture doesn't really do it justice, but you can see how small people are, and you can walk over there and take pictures and stuff. And there's also a gift shop there, and I'm pretty sure there were other things to walk around. So the next one is Dombroski, and you can walk behind it, which is where this picture is taken from. And it's really well known. I'm pretty sure, weird fact, I think this one was where Justin Bieber filmed one of his music videos, because my friend said that when we went there, and she was really excited about it. So next, there is Skogafoss, and you can walk right up to the water right there. There's like a wall of water, and it's really powerful. You can feel the mist on your face. And then up these stairs, there's a viewing platform on the side, and it was like, I don't know how many stairs, but there was a lot, and it was scary because I don't like heights, but you can get a really cool picture from the top for it. And another thing you can do is probably one of his most well-known things is the Blue Lagoon, and that's from What to Do in Iceland. It is a geothermal spa with opaque milky water, and I'm sure it gets its name by a lot of social media posts and like influencers or whatever. They go there and they take pictures and stuff, and there's this whole spa and massages, and there's a whole like skincare section, which is really cool. And so the minerals in the water are supposed to be really good for your skin, so that's why people go there. And we went there on our last day of a trip, so that was nice. So Reykjavik is the capital, and it's basically like the one city on the whole country. And there's a lot of interesting architecture. So this is the Hallgrímskirkja Church, and I didn't know this until I researched it, but it's actually inspired by the basalt columns on the south coast where we saw the black sand beaches, because I didn't show it in the picture, but there's like the side of the rock looks just like that. And it also holds the largest concert organ. It's like massive. I think it's the largest concert organ in Iceland, and that's from 10 Things to Do in Reykjavik. And another cool piece of architecture is the Harpa Concert Hall, and it just holds a lot of obviously concerts and musical related things, and it's just really cool to see, especially at night. And I think we only drove by during the day, but it looks really cool at night with all the lights and on the water and everything. And lastly, Iceland, you can do a lot of shopping, and there's like some streets completely devoted to shopping in Iceland. I'm not sure the names of them. They're probably something I can't pronounce, but it's easily accessible, and there's a lot of cool like homemade stuff you can get. And yeah, in the end, like Iceland is pretty expensive to buy things at, so I didn't buy a lot of souvenirs, but you're doing more sightseeing than actually like buying stuff when you're going to Iceland, compared to like if you go to like another European country, you don't get to see that landscape that you do in Iceland. So you don't really want to like be going to like an amusement park or something like that. But I really enjoyed the experience. It helped me appreciate nature more, and I would 100% visit again.